Our current students and recent graduates speak about their experience and give tips on how to apply for work. Eliot also pays a visit to the Careers Development Centre to have his CV reviewed.
I would say to people, if they're looking for a job, treat it as a job, i.e. wake up early, start at 9 o'clock and work until lunchtime, have a break and then carry on until 5 o'clock.
Because I come from China and the Chinese career market is not related to here. So from LinkedIn, from all those professional websites, I have to build up the connections from zero. So it's like I couldn't really use the connections I have. I couldn't really tell people, I couldn't really express the experiences I had in China because it's quite different from the Western system.
Because I tried to find a job with sending my CV to different design companies. That never worked. Like they never got back to me. Even if they did, they told me like they can't really hire a current student because they need like full-timers. So yeah, I find it a bit better to like make connections rather than sending your CV and like handling your CV in like different places, because no one knows you in there and no one knows what kind of person you are.
Well, the job that I landed actually was through Monster. I saw the advert, I applied for it, I sent a cover letter, CV, followed it up with, you know, a call to the company. Have you got my CV? Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Just you want to be known. You need to be remembered on the other end. They need to know who Tariq Mari is.
In our culture, it's good to be modest. It's good not to say that I'm so good. We would always say, okay, I did this, but somehow I'm still lack of some skills. But I think in English-speaking culture, it's better to be confident and to be direct about what skills you have and what experiences you have.
I'm not really good at selling myself, or I wasn't, and then I understood that I needed to sell myself as much as I could, and I needed to like point out all the skills that I had and that I thought were really useful for any particular job.
Well, my advice is simple. You know, just don't limit yourself in just trying to find something specific. As you know, the degree is broad. Just keep going, keep applying for many things. You never know. You know, today I'm unemployed. Tomorrow someone might give me a call. So you know, keep applying yourself, and you know, if there's an apprenticeship, do it. Get as much experience you need whilst you're searching, which might help.
So you don't just have to do job applications. You can call up companies. You can email your CVs directly to people in HR within the different companies you want to work with for.
I tend to meet like loads of people in coffee shops, for example. I used to work in a couple of coffee shops in London, independent ones in like Southwest London, and customers are usually like creative people, designers, and you get that communication, like random communication, which can work for you in the future.
What's really important to me is going to conferences. I go to listen a lot of keynote speakers, and I actually try to make contacts with them or with the people around, and so far I have 2 or 3 good contacts.
Say patience is what you really need. Like, just don't worry if you're not getting many answers at first, because maybe you're lucky and you manage to get some straight away, but otherwise patience is what I suggest, because it's going to take a little bit before you can get a job offer or an interview.
At the university, there is a Careers Development Centre. Eliot has decided to take advantage of this service by making an appointment to have his CV reviewed. Let's see how he got on.
So I've had a look at your CV.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing that I was interested in, normally in the UK we don't choose pictures.
Okay.
Unless you want to do modelling or presenting.
Yeah.
So like TV presenting, that sort of thing. Otherwise we tend not to include pictures because of equal opportunities, like so people don't discriminate you on the basis of the way you look. In terms of this opening passage, you need to reduce it to maybe 2 lines and just be very concise in terms of what you're looking for. So you could say this is just very sort of generic. So experienced journalism student seeking to opportunities in, and you could change that depending on what you applied for. So it just makes it easier for the employer, because they will probably have about 100 CVs on their desk, and they're not going to spend more than sort of 15 seconds. It might even be less than that. How many people were in your class?
60.
60. So they're all pretty much going to say the same thing, because this is it's quite broad. You basically, what you're telling me here, you've done a degree and you've got some experience. That everyone's going to tell me that.
Yeah.
So if you can think of any sort of unique points, like you mentioned something about winning, having recognition from the Guardian. for the magazine?
Yeah, for the magazine,
Yeah.
like not personal recognition, but recognition.
Yeah, but they recognise the work that was done. So that's something unique you could... So you need to think about your unique selling points, because you are going into a very competitive area, even though, you know, yes, we are one of the best universities for this type of course, you still need to sell yourself.
Sure.
It's one of the sort of dangers when you've got a lot of experience, then people tend to leave it and thinking, yeah, this is okay. But actually, in a competitive field, you need to match it as closely as you can to the employer and make them think, yeah, I want to hire this person. No, you don't want the employer reading the CV and thinking, oh, I wonder if he's suitable, because you haven't matched yourself.
Yeah.
So you do the work for them.
I think from my CV, I mean, I never really knew how to structure a CV, so I think what I took most from it was to be concise, so just have dot points to really narrow down what I have in my CV rather than going, look at all this bunch of text, which I understood, you know, it is too much. If someone's reading it, they just want to be able to hit the main points and go. Yeah, so I got an email back from them, and it was kind of the answer I was expecting, because it had been so long and it was a no thank you, you came close, we enjoyed blah, 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 but you didn't get it. So I emailed them straight back, just being like, hey, look, because obviously I'm applying for more jobs, is there some extra training I should do? Can you recommend what I need to work on? Like, can you give me some guidance? Just because it is my first job trial, so I was like, oh, well, if I can get some information from them, maybe I'll succeed next time, but got no response yet, so it's a bit, oh, okay. The plan is to kind of just keep doing what I've been doing, so I'm still, still got a job, so I'm still being able to pay rent and everything. Now I've got to pay council tax though, so I mean, there's a bit more stress of like actually earning money, and soon I'm going to look at new houses and stuff, and I'm also approaching the end of the visa, so I've got a lot of things to start getting organised. Plus, I got the job to look into, so it's just becoming a bit more. It's more crunch time now of actually, I need to nail something, have a concrete solution.
Eliot moves on to the next stage. In the next episode, we're going to find out whether he actually found a job. You'll also hear the stories of recent graduates who successfully land a job and students who were able to get internships while studying. Stay tuned for our last episode.